Hello folks, ExParrot here, getting ready to do some Friday Night Magic. We are going to do a ranked Ravnica Allegiance draft tonight. And depending on how that goes and how long it takes, I'll maybe build a pauper deck and we can go through pauper as well. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Pay the 5,000 gold, waiting for the server. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, Zagana Utopian Speaker isn't bad if I'm going for a Simic deck. Mortify is a great card. Let's go with... Of everything I see here, I'm going to go with Mortify just to get that removal card. Orzhov Enforcer is a great creature. Grasping Thrall, not bad. Let's go with the Enforcer. And let's be honest, you know, Ill-Gotten Inheritance is just nasty. Concordia Pegasus is okay. Resolute Watchdog is good. In fact, I'm going to take the Watchdog. Carrion Imp is a flyer. Let's go Carrion Imp. Bidding Spirit. I'm actually gonna take the Guildgate, which seems a little early to do so, but just like that mana fixing. District Veteran's pretty good. I know when I faced it, it was an annoyance and a half. Life-leaking vampires, I like. Cause the Officer, why not? The Guildgate again. I'll take the Pegasus this time. I don't need too many of the Resolute Watchdogs. Lock it. Lock it. Okay, Tithe Taker. 2-1 that slows down their stuff. Why not, right? Depose Deploy. Curious Oligarch seems like a decent one. Blade Brand is also pretty good. Bring to Trial. Another Guildgate. Bring to Trial. I don't need too many lands interplay tapped. Do the Orzhov Racketeers. Afterlife is good. Do a Scavenger this time. Knight of the Last Breath. Afterlife 3, 7 mana though for a 4/4. Ugh. Guess I'll take it. Probably won't get played. Why not? Another Orzhov Guildgate. Right, can't be all bad. Consigned to the Pit this late. That's an interesting pick. Pretty good signal my colors are in not being touched too much, which is good. Twilight Panther is always gonna work. Now I'm just like picking up random crap. Font of Agonies. You know what that is? Not a good card. We're gonna take a Grotesque Demise. Consigned to the Pit. Let's go with Smothering Tithe. Why not? Lord knows I've pulled enough of them in booster packs. Acuity. I don't need that. Rudian's a good creature. Archway Angel. I've got arches. Or gates, I guess I should say. Undercity's Embrace. Consigns the Pit. See, the problem with Consigns the Pit is it's so expensive. And I'm real hesitant to keep picking up Consigned to the Pig when I'm not going to play them all. Let's go with Undercity's Embrace instead. Might be the wrong play. Really? Nothing here worthwhile. Just draft whatever at this point. Twilight Panther versus Blade Brand. Got 2 Twilight Panthers. We can come up a ground game pretty well with those. Alrighty, that must be the Tithe Taker or the other Tithe card. 4 mana enchantment. Not sure about Knight. We're gonna drop it for the moment because I've already got a lot of expensive stuff. Need to move this up and out of the way. Only 1 ill-gotten inheritance. I don't think I'm gonna bother. So you got 52 cards. Not sure I might have much use for all the extra mana provided by that. Oh, I can drop those lockets. That'll be nice. Got things I've got to cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-creature spells, which is just fine with me. And this is where I'm running into problems, which, you know, I gotta say that having difficulty deciding what to cut when you have an extra number of cards and you're not really worried, you know, you've got a bunch of decent cards, it's not a bad place to be in. I really honestly think I'm going to cut that Scavenger. He has underperformed for me. It's more often than not been a 2-for-1. I play it, sacrifice another creature, I get the Scry 2, then they promptly kill the Scavenger. Anything with Afterlife is good. Of course, that's the thing with Undercity Scavenger is I'll have a bunch of tokens to sacrifice, I suppose. Okay, 1721 cards under 3 mana cost or under. They actually cut down to 16 lands just to make room, and I'll probably regret it. I usually do when I cut lands. We'll drop a couple of Twilight Panthers, because, you know, they keep the Twilight Panthers in. Resolute Watchdog can be good, don't get me wrong. But I don't have, like, a bomb rare or mythic here that I just absolutely have to win the game. In fact, I'm playing almost no rares. I think the only rare I'm actually playing in the deck right now is the Tithe Taker. Screw it. I'm just gonna play it. That's what works best for me, is just kind of going, don't overanalyze, don't overthink it. Just go with your gut and play it and see what happens. Overkill my first opponent. It's playable. Not the most spectacular one, but it's playable. And I've already got frame rate issues, really. Well, hopefully that won't be an issue. More than happy to trade a 2-for-1 deal there, and no, apparently they were joshing me there. Not so much joshing as they were bluffing me. They figured I wouldn't block. And I was more than happy to trade 2-for-1 there, because if they didn't use Carnival, yeah, I'd take a point of damage, but I've killed their creature on the board and taken a spell out of their hand. I'm not gonna let the greedy and slow me down. No way in the world I can here. Let's keep that pressure up. I'm already looking at stuff going, okay, what is going to be good for us? Pestilent Spirit is a bit of a pain in my butt. What's going to be good for Pauper, basically? I expect the Pestilent Spirit to block the Viscopa Vampire. And that's interesting. That is very interesting. Plaza. They drafted a lot of gates. I wonder if they got the payoffs for it as well. Well, that's an effective way of taking me down a notch. None of my creatures had afterlife, unfortunately. Forgotten Inheritance is going to slow me down a little bit. Interesting, okay. So we got clear the stage. One more mana, I can drop an Archery Angel. I went ahead and conceded. Well, one win. Oh, and my quest, as it turns out, benefited from my choice of colors. Really need to try and make sure I get through my quests. I haven't even finished all my pack quests for this week. Spending a lot of time on Blood Bowl on PS4 instead. And it shows. I like this hand. I'll keep it. Good old Orzhov. Opponent goes ahead and takes the mulligan under consideration. Synchronity. They're going to 5. Oh, I feel bad for them. I'm going to take the strong advantage I get from them going to 5, but I still feel bad. Simic Gilgay right off the bat. So I can curve. Orzhov Enforcer gets right past that Caretaker. Goes with his Copa Vampire. Trouble Slinger, eh? Grudian, more Death Touch to slow them down. Recolor. Bam. White, blue, green. High alert. Creatures deal damage equal to their toughness rather than power. That could be nasty. We'll need Mortify to deal with this nonsense. I'll go with this one, huh? We'll sacrifice our only creature, put him in a bad position. Yep, they are light on creatures. See if they got counterspell. Nope. That's gonna force them to discard every time it hits them, plus the Afterlife too. So they're gonna be hell-bent once I start swinging. Really? Rude. I mean, good play, but still, rude. I'm gonna go ahead and drop 2 creatures as opposed to the 1 while I can. That puts 5 damage on the board as opposed to 3. 2 life, draw 2 cards. Alright, nothing exciting went to my graveyard. That's the power of this deck. I don't have anything exciting in the deck, so it doesn't really hurt me to lose it. The only one they can block is if it's Copa Vampire without... Oh, yeah. I forgot. High alert. I need Mortify. Death Brand, or Blade Brand rather, wouldn't be too bad either. Nice little combat trick for taking out the Mammoth Spider. Go for the double block, see what happens. Take out the flyer. Oh, I forgot about the Orzhov Racketeers. Not. I meant to swing with Noxious. That doesn't count. Need that Mammoth Spider out of the way. If I draw Mortify, I may just have to mortify that spider. This will get blocked by Petitioners, I bet. They'll want the Groove out of the way. There we go. Consigned to the pit will deal with it quite nicely. Interesting. That's lethal. Whew. Alright. Silver tier 3, approaching silver tier 2. Prizes. Go move to 2-0 and keep going. Well, it's a hand. Just need that third land to make it good. And I am on the draw, so it gives me a few turns to find land number 3. Did not find immediately, but that's alright. Play the Imperious Oligarch first because it's got higher damage. That's a 3-3, alright. And did not see the land. That's bad. So playing against the Gates deck, probably. One more land would give me Grotesque Demise for that thing. There you go. Don't have an answer, please. Oh my goodness. You have a Growth Spiral, you have a Pump Spell, do you have a way of killing one of my creatures? I mean, what are you gonna do here? Okay, you decided to brawl one of my creatures real quick. And you brawled the weaker, the Death Touch creature. Tricky. Alrighty then. Hmm. block the duelist. Alright, I need some mana and a kill spell. Excuse me. Alright, this may be my first loss. Yeah, it's gonna be my first loss. If I gotten up to 5, I could at least do something. Sitting at 4, facing that down, yeah. I wasn't liking my chances there. I'm not the kind of... I know a lot of people are like, you gotta play it out, man, you gotta play it out. And sure, there are times where I've gotten my outs all of a sudden and won a game I thought I was going to lose, but more often than not, I sit there just crawling further and further behind with nothing to show for it. I actually play first for once. Huh? I don't know if it's being picked up on the mic, anything you're saying. So you should probably just assume that it is being picked up on the mic. Other people in the room.
There goes my sanity.
Footlight Fiend. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and swing. Yeah, it can be very easily 2 for 1 with the Footlight Fiend. You block, then you deal an extra point of damage to the Orzhov Enforcer on death. But it does get it out of the way, and I do have the aftermath trigger on it. So I didn't follow up with a 10th District Veteran. Rakdos, last time I want to say I drafted Rakdos and had a pretty fun time with that deck. Gates deck seems to be one of the more popular decks right now. I don't think I saw a lot of Gate cards, but I wasn't really looking. My understanding is they've changed the bots a little bit to draft Gates more heavily. Volkmore. Nope. Hi, Volkmore. I'm not sure what you were saying nope to. I'm sorry. Pair of 1/1 goblin tokens. We're gonna go Orzhov Enforcer. You can triple block something if they want. Alright, went ahead and took it. They have a Judith deck, because that would suck. I'd have to make sure Grotesque Demise deals with Judith in a hurry. But I'm not real sure because they are taking things pretty slow this game. So considering their options, or I don't know, the cursor is moving around the cards. I can see they're highlighting things, so they're thinking, doing math, or just roping. Okay, Orzhov Enforcer, that make it Demise. Takes out the Death Touch, takes out the Afterlife token if I demise it. I will go ahead and attack with everything this time. Untapping the Orzhov Enforcer, because I fully expect to have a double block, or the Footlight Fiend block the Officer. That's what I would do. Okay, not the way I would have done it, but, you know, nobody's ever accused me of being the best player in that. I would have blocked the Officer with the foot line, taken out the 3-2, and not worried about a 1-2 death touch. I've got choices next turn. Unless I draw a land, I can't cast the Grasping Thrall, but I could cast the Tithe Taker and have a 2-1 Afterlife. Oh! They're going for all the goblins. So, double block. Fully expected. Now the question is, which one do I want to save? I could save one of them with Mortify. Or I could just let them wipe the board with this. And I think 2 for 5 is worth it. Well, 2 for 4. I follow up Noxious Screwed. Unless they have another Goblin Gathering, I'm pretty sure I could not hear the other person talking. Oh, okay. You were lucky. They couldn't hear y'all talking on the stream.
And then she goes.
Oh, I could really use the other mana. Because a 3/3 flyer would be great against the Gutter Bones right now. You're laughing at me, game, aren't you? I know it. You're laughing at me. Alright, when I draw land number 5, I've got 2 flyers set up that are just going to rock their world. There's like a 20 or 30 second delay from what I'm seeing on my screen and what I'm seeing on video preview. So, that makes things interesting here. Opponent at 6. And counting. Okay, they're a bronze rank for a reason. I'm at 20, you're at 6, you do not attack in this situation. Taking out 3 of my life, unless you got a big spectacle card. Aha, that's what it was. You had the spectacle card. Alright, I'll drop 1 Mortify, or I'll drop that because Mortify will deal with Ravnica quite easily. You just want to make sure the spectacle got through, but this is... yeah, you put yourself in a really bad position doing that. Back goes Trumpeter. They gotta deal with the Spirit. If they can't deal with the Spirit next turn, well, then they lose. But of course, they don't know if I draw a land, they lose anyway, and there it is. Alright, 3 and 1. Yeah, picking up the silver tier too. Alright. Moving on. Next. DMAD 422. Next opponent. I'm not feeling this hand. It's going to require me to draw the extra land. This isn't great, but I mean, it's got 2 creatures I can cast on the curve. 4 lands. Can keep that on top. So we both went to 6, so there's no real disadvantage here. My hand isn't bad, all things considered. Interesting. Esper. gonna go ahead and drop our own enforcer. If worst comes to worst, we'll just trade. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the Death Touch creature out of the way. Because most of what I got in my hand is the ground force. We'll go ahead and drop the mortar at this point because all the other creatures I got coming out will help me gain life. Do you really have a counter magic? Really? Oh man, they took out 2 of my creature kill spells doing that too. Interesting. They went ahead and let damage through. What do they got planned for that spirit? Ill-gotten inheritance. They got that clock they're gonna get going. That's what they got. Or shit, the Test Demise would have worked against that spirit. They need 6 mana to be able to sack that, so I'm not too worried about it right off. Wow, they're gonna get rid of my spirit and draw a card in the process. I'm gonna drop the Ravnica Thrall next turn now, which laughs at their silly omniscience because, hey, I'd be more happy to get extra triggers. This also shuts down their spirit unless they got like Blade Brand. Yeah, they don't. Unless they're planning on using it for the block. Where's off weenies, I guess, is what I've drafted. Go ahead and drop the Twilight Panther. I've got a black mana open. Extra Death Touch never hurts. Now I've got to keep the pressure on my opponent before they get to 6 lands and can crack Ill-Gotten Inheritance. They drop a big creature, bring the Trial's going to be good. Till then it's a dead card in hand. Well, they got something they could cast at instant speed. At 17, they're at 11. And they're going to go ahead and concede. They must be drawn pretty dead. Excuse me. Alright, 4 wins so far with this. 450 gems. I am not going to argue with that, considering I spent the gold to get in here. Al Capone. Oh, I got it. Given my love for puns, I can't argue with it. Come on, G-Mixting butt, get off the board. They're taking a mulligan to 6, scrying to the top. For once, I'll be a decent Magic player and wait till after combat, the second main phase, to cast my spell. Even though, realistically, it's not that important most of the time. And Guild Mage. One of the weaker Guild Mages in my estimation. Yeah, it's gonna slow me down by 1 turn, but I think must have something else they don't want Death Touch around for. Maybe like their Guild Mage. Good Hornets at Swamp for a second. So good. So good.
Beautiful day for chaos.
Before the real fun begins.
Of course, you realize I've got to take care of that ASAP.
What? Can't finish your job?
I really like Domri out of this set. Done me good in Gruul Constructed. Alright, I don't have enough mana to consign anything to the pit, so whatever you're going to drop better not be too bad.
Add to the pool, add to the pain.
Because whatever it is probably going to get a +1/+1 count. Oh, never mind. Flames of the Raise 4 damage to a creature. If they control something, they can deal 2 to every other creature I control. I'll cast his first bane, start getting some life. Well, that really didn't help them too much. They were probably hoping to draw something really useful.
Oh, looks like you're all mouth and no hands.
Are they still drawing dead? Or what? Or are they, because they got board sweepers? They've got an instant or something. I wish they cast it if they're gonna. Alright. I've got lethal on board. Double hide shot. Get pretty big. It's gonna get really big. That's fine though. Okay. Better go ahead and take one of them out. I mean, that's a pretty good set of combat tricks. I don't think they cared which one they blocked. Alright. Closer. Alright, pack. What's my ICR? Chainer's Torment. Eh. So 5 and 1 so far. One more win and I hit the quote-unquote break-even point. Mind you, I didn't spin gems, so this is all just extra money. Extra gems for me. Divinity of Black Pride. That's an interesting name. Yeah, it looks like I am on the draw again. Yeah, sure am. All 3 drops in hand. I guess it won't be the Hasta Officer first, obviously. It does me no good. Just gonna be a question if I want to drop the Grudian or the Vampire, depending on what they play. Grudian it is. Now, they could go ahead and give it flying every turn. Or they could go ahead and just swing straight into my death creature. Interesting. Ah, yeah. Why? Go ahead, just exile that. Next turn, order plus any 3-drop. Which is, in this case, is going to mean the Viscopa Vampire, because Hasta Officers. Ugh. They've got all the creatures. And since I didn't play that correctly, oh good. I forgot that's got the split cost. Well, okay. Yeah, I can see why. Alright, makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead. No. I need to draw some of my kill spells. More death touch spells, I don't know which. Oh my lord, they drafted a hell of a Simic deck. That's gonna be a 6/6 after it adapts. Your eel will be a 5/5. Okay. I know how adapt works, so see if they're gonna go ahead and pay all the mana for the adapt. Yep. They'll take out my I'll be trading my board for 2 of their creatures, which is not a great setup for me. But I don't really have much choice in this matter. But Twilight Panther was a great draw. The Death Touch creature is going to slow their board down. Plus, this case it gives me the ability to be able to drop flyers on the board and still be in good shape. Eel. Of course, the biggest problem here is I'm completely on the defensive. I'm not getting anywhere in this game at all. I'm having to trade badly because I don't have much choice in the matter. Yeah, that'll do. We'll go on to the next game. There's a reason why they've got a similar record to me in the matchmaking, and that's because they drafted a really good deck. Alright, 5-2. One more loss and I'm out. The real question is, what do I want to build pauper-wise? Because the pauper event is on. Last time I actually built a Demir pauper deck. Maybe I'll consider that again. I'm not sure I should keep this hand, but here I am keeping it. Certainly a slow hand. How'd the old song go? I like the man with the slow hand. But I drew my land. Let's go. That means 10th District Veteran can come down and off to the Gravelhide Goblin. Combine it with Hazda Officer. I can start swinging in next turn with Vigilance creatures. Interesting, interesting. Maybe I drop an Officer. I know I can keep it up for Mortify. I'm not real worried about Mortify at the moment. Not real worried about their offense when they've got 2 lands. At 4, they can pump a Gravelhide Goblin. Then I have to start worrying. You got a fight spell? Fight fiercely, Harvard. Thanks to untap ability. Still have Mortify up. So if they want to try some kind of a magic trick here, I'm just going to go, no. Should have blocked first. Of course, it keeps me from dropping anything second main, but oh well. Oh my goodness, how many drafts? Drop a Death Touch. I'm going to get the Twilight Panther, which can have Death Touch starting next turn. Not sure what a Grudian is supposed to be, but oh well. I'm just going to attack with the Death Touchers this time. I know I could block, let them pump, or let them block and pump, and then cast Bring the Trial second main phase. But the only real thing I could take off the board with that would be the 10th District Veteran, or the only thing they could take off the board would be the 10th District Veteran, and I'm not real keen on losing her right now. Okay. Bring the Trial is a sorcery. I'm not real sure why they went ahead and did that, because the Gravel Hide is a 2/1. It can kill either creature, unless they're worried about me pumping. But if you're worried about me pumping, let me cast the pump spell, then do it. Of course, I'm sitting here and basically lecturing them, and the thing is that they should be at a fairly equivalent record to mine. So, let's be honest, they're probably doing okay. Double untap. Come on, turn another 45 degrees. Oh well. Threaten lethal on board. I really am not sure how they're going to get out of this situation. The answer is by casting spells they need for their quest. 6 and 2. And move to Soldier Tier 1. Alright. So I'm getting 850 gems in one pack no matter what. I really would love to get the 7 wins. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see what happens. Out of everything I drafted, I know I didn't really draft anything that was so spectacular that I needed it in standard. Playable. Curve 2 into 3. If I draw land 4. Archway Angel can come down a little bit later. And really, Archway Angel, I haven't even cast it yet. My deck has been a much more weenie aggro style deck. Oh, Orzhov Enforcer, a nice draw. We'll see what they play turn 2 to determine which one I want to play. Imperious Oligarch. I like the Imperious Oligarch. Not a bad little spell. We have a hybrid. No. We'll drop the Oligarch, because it can trade with the hybrid quite nicely. And give me that Afterlife token. Playing the gate, so I don't think they're going to do too much. They went ahead and passed. We're going to go ahead and let the damage through. I have no real reason to do the Undercity's Embrace against that creature. That'd be more of a nice combat trick if they only had that creature and they tried a combat trick of their own. See, I believe it's 6 to adapt to Sorrow Form. It is indeed. We'll hide Goblin. Gives them a decent blocker. Go ahead and pop the Orb Enforcer and then swing. Gravelhide can pump. I gotta keep that in mind. It can make itself a 4/3, which the Hazda officer could still kill it. I really do need to draw land number 4 for Carrion Imp. In a pinch, though, I can drop a Twilight Panther and have mana up for the Death Touch. J. Imparto 100 taking their time, finally deciding on Goblin. Yeah. I wish I could get Carrion Imp out. The ground game is about to get really bogged down. A flyer would help break things up for me. Well, Undersea's Embrace is useless against the totem, so... I'll go ahead and pass. Biggest problem with this current setup is I have no... I mean, I could get the Afterlife tokens, but otherwise, I'm not getting good trades by attacking. Opponent is taking their time again. Sorry about that, folks. Wilderness Reclamation. Depending on how many instants and sorceries they have, that could be really good or really bad. Because if you don't have a lot of cards to take advantage of it, you almost have no purpose for having Wilderness Reclamation. So I guess on the attack, they could pump the Gravelhide and still be able to keep defensive spells up, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it myself. Let's go ahead and drop the Carrion Imp. I still got Death Touch creatures. The Twilight Panther can't make itself Death Touch, but it's still alright. They only have a Goblin Gathering in their graveyard, so I'm not even going to get the extra 2 life out of it, but oh well. You know what? No guts, no glory, right? Let's go for it, see what they got. If worse comes to worse, I'll get some Afterlife tokens out of it, and Afterlife tokens will be great for getting past a ground stall. Okay. Gravelhide will take out Twilight Panther. I forgot about the fact they had the 4 mana up. Okay. Then... Alright, you're going to take out one of my... You're going to use a Goblin token, take out the Orzhov Enforcer. Gravelhide is going to block the Imperious Oligarch instead, which would probably be a better block. Alright. Whatever. The 9. My board still is not in bad shape here. I did lose my Death Touch creature, which is a little bit of an issue. I guess I should have thought my cunning plan all the way through. I can drop another Twilight Panther, though. They're sitting now at 6 mana, which allows them to adapt the Sorrow form. But when they do, I can bring the Trial it whenever it's my turn again. Or I mean, like each combat if able. Ugh. I do not like the situation I am now in. I feel like I'm forced to take care of the Rebel Belt Recluse, but then have to deal with Sorrowform Hybrid after. How about this? Twilight Panther is great. We will bring to trial the Rebel Belt Recluse. Sorrowform Hybrid can be blocked by the Twilight Panther if it needs to be. We can swing for 3 in the air. You can pump that to a 6/6, but does not give a reach. Alright, they're at 6. And Worship, they don't really dare go on the offense right now. I know being on the defense isn't going to win them any games, but I've got 20 life to their 6. Going on the offense solves what? Especially when I'm sitting there with Twilight Panther and it's going to take out their biggest creature. As a side note, I have discovered that a fidget spinner makes a hell of a lot less noise than a fidget cube, which is nice because I'm not constantly making noise on mic, which was a problem I had before. Undercity's Embrace might have been better early on, take out that Sorrowform Hybrid, but, now, what are you going to do? I don't really need to cast the Archway Angel next turn, because doing so limits my ability to use the Twilight Panther, because I'd have to draw land number 6 and I have exactly enough lands for the Archway Angel. Only considering their attack, I'm deciding not to attack. I've got too much life. If you attack, I'm going to leave behind creatures that can swing back at you. There's land number 6. Like I said, I'm not going to cast Archway Angel. I can keep up Undercity's Embrace, but that's only going to take out a Goblin token. Undercity's Embrace is great if you have a powerful creature and need to gain some life, or if your opponent only has one creature in play. Otherwise, it's not that great a card because you're giving the opponent the choice of the creature that's going to die. The reason why cards like Diabolic Edict work well in Modern is oftentimes there's only one target for it. Or in Legacy, rather. I don't know if it's even Modern legal or not. Diabolic Edict's still one of my favorite cards. Undercity's Embrace, just a slightly higher cost one that gives you added advantage of 4 life. But I think the cost of 2 versus 3 is it's worth the cheaper cost to not gain the life. I mean, it's just worth it to only have 2 mana cost instead of 3. Okay, Pardo looking for an out. Because I've got 3 damage flying. They don't have 20 damage on the board. They've got 12 damage on the board right now. They can pump the Gravelhide Goblin once. And they went ahead and conceded 7-2. Living that dream. Alright, let's see what the ICR is. It is a Close Spore Shaman, no big. So, claim my prize. 2 booster packs, 950 gems. Now let's see what we got. We have, gold wild card is nice. Seraph of the Scales, mythic. Not a bad creature, honestly. He's pretty good if I decide to build an Orzhov deck here. I really would like to get a couple of Kayas if I'm going to do that, though. Revival Revenge. Another decent card. Drafted a couple of those. I think it drafted with a sealed deck. I don't remember. I got a couple of them. Guardian Project. Not necessarily a big fan of that one. Good commander card, though. Alright, so... only got 1 mythic rare, so that's not going to happen. Building Orzhov right now. Now, I'm sure, mill-wise, blue is going to be a popular choice because the Persistent Petitioners can be played any number of. So, what would... So let's say if we throw in 25 Persistent Petitioners. I know, you're like, really? Really? You're going to build mill of all things in this environment? The answer is yes. Actually, I probably won't even build mill because that's the only card in mill that's going to have any advantage. So let's go ahead and discard it. Instead, I'm really honestly thinking more along the lines of Rakdos. So let's go to the filter. Tell it we only want commons. So that gives us access to dead weight. Hired poisoners, not bad. Burglar Rat is playable because I don't have to worry about the Nullhide Ferox. Thirsting Shade is terrible. I really only have 1 Dusk Legion to sell it. Really? I can get more. I've got 12 common wild cards. It's just kind of more of the, really? Seriously? That's all I have of them? Sovereign's Bite. There's a possibility. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is just funny as an idea, but not so great in practice, I think. Alright, now, we know red-wise, Fanatical Firebrand is definitely going in there. Sheevan Fire is probably going to go in as well. We get to Lava Runners, our commons. Shock. Spear Spewer, really? That's a common. Goblin Instigator is always an option too. Scorchmark, decent card. Lightning Strike is, of course, not a viable card because it's an uncommon. Skewer the Critic is a common. Oh my goodness. Shame that Light the Stage isn't, right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. I know I've got way too many cards in the deck right now. Whenever I'm building like this, I always just throw them all in. Then I come back later and cut what doesn't need to be in the deck. It's an aggro deck, so I really don't want to play the Guild Gates. I don't want lands coming into play untapped. Let's call this Rakdos Pauper. And the Rakdos Pauper could be absolutely terrible. Oh, I know what I could be dropping. Good lord, I could be dropping the amount of mana I have in this down to 22, and that gives me 2 more cards. I mean, seriously here. Drop an ordinary goblin in there. I always like goblin. Alright, so we'll play a quick game of that. Quick round of that. 50 or 250. I think we'll go ahead and pay the gold. So it's the break-even point. 4 wins. Only have 2 losses. Well, you can have 1 loss. After the second one, you're just toast. I do actually still have my blue-black pauper deck. I'll have to look at it and see what I can change out of it. Because I'm sure there's upgrades. Very Duelist, I believe, is a common, and it's a great card. Now, the big question is going to be how many Persistent Petitioner decks do I come across? It's a hand. It's not a great hand, but it is a hand. And no more animals. Playing a rampant of some kind, I suspect. Cool, okay. Burglar Rat's gonna strip their hand of a card, which is just fine with me. Got rid of Active Treason. That's a good choice. Good card. Play in this kind of a format. Fanatical Firebrand gets the rat. And the Fanatical Firebrand number 2. Well, folks, I got a solution for that. You kill that, I get a 2/2 zombie. I wondered if I was going to see Goblin Gathering style decks. They got their mana, so they can't keep casting the Goblin Gathering till they get to land number 3. Doomed Dissenter is going to slow down their offense a bit. Yeah. They don't want to swing into it. I'm going to flood. Don't mind me while I flood here. Opponent got something for end of turn. Oh my goodness. Really? I could moment of craving out the tokens and start swinging, but I'm really hesitant to do that. Okay, that's gonna get skewered. The problem is I need more creatures. I can attack with the Dissenter, then when they swing back, moment of craving my Dissenter to get a 2/2 zombie token. I think that's just too much. I will go ahead and kill it now, though, to limit their active treason. Because if they were thinking they were going to crack their Fanatical Firebrand and get the zombie token themselves, I'm not going to do that. that my spinner hit the desk. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I have one swamp left to my deck. 12 mountains still. So that's 13 lands in there. I've got 8, 9 otherwise. So yeah, 22. Wow. I hadn't hit a mana flood in a while, so I guess I was due, but damn. I have drawn almost half my lands already. My opponent has been screwed on mana, so this is the perfect time for me to go ahead and start doing some damage. And instead, I'm just drawing dead. They can win the race against me, so I don't dare attack until I get something more going. Oh my god. Alright, fine. Interesting. Are you joking? Are you seriously joking me? Of course, the minute they go to adapt the Sorrowform Hybrid, I'm going to go ahead and Craving it. Let that Fire Ram while I have a chance. Alright, let's play land number 12. I now have 10 lands in the deck. And a 40 card deck, so only 25% of my deck remaining is lands. Oh, that's 5 goblins. That's evil. Fine, whatever. See if I can get a 2 for 1 out of this. I was hoping to double block a token that could kill one of the tokens. Well, so much for that plan I had of swinging with the Pyromancer. Trumpet Blast deck. I'm going to take 12, go to 6, and draw land number 13. Alright, well, that sucked. Wish I could say I actually got a chance to test the deck out, but I didn't. I literally just played a game of draw all your land. A hand. See, the Ornery Goblin would have been nice. Right until Concentronic Wave hit. I think I remember seeing this Trumpet Blast decks before. Last time there was a pauper. Alright, what are they going to discard? A Centaur Courser. Sentinel, eh? Now I'm going to draw a little light on this. Pitch back. I gotta do this? Fine, I'll just leave it on the board. If it occurred, and then I can use the spectacle. Because apparently I'm a doofus. This is gonna be an issue with this deck. I can that doesn't have a ton of damage, a power. I'm relying on taking a few creatures off their board and pushing mine through. On the other hand, I gotta win. The nice thing about this pauper event is that it's so cheap to enter that if you do terrible, it's not a big deal. Opponent goes first. I'll keep. Shockingly, a ton of aggro decks available. Got Shock. That's not worth dropping a Sheep and Fire on. But it makes me think this is yet another trumpeter deck. Got Scorch Mark, that's gonna suck for me. Pyro. Pick out the token. I don't know if they have a way to get that creature to wipe the hands, right? Alright, 3 red. Means what? They start doing that goblin campfire thing. I'll take 1. Guess it means that you'll get to enable spectacle if you have any. Nope. Alright, let's go ahead and take the card out of their hand. Discarded a Shock. Really? Rude. Very rude. Completely and totally unnecessary. Yeah, that one's gonna get cravinged. Another pyromancer. Alright. Now I'm looking for trouble. What do we got here? Nothing, eh? Well, this is a race I'll win. I'm content with just racing you. Yeah, that one I gotta block. I'm not even really familiar with that card. critics. That's what they were doing. Now it's going to be who top decks better. Ornery Goblin stacks up very well against these 1 toughness creatures. Radical Firebrands, I'm good. Good old Jamie Wakefield would say. Alright, wow, 2 wins. 2 more wins than I expected to get with this deck. ICR is Lightning Strike, which I already have a playset of, so it goes straight to the vault. Cards will be at least 2 uncommons. I've earned most of my gold back. Sorry, I had to mute the mic there for a second to cough. Oh, this is terrible. I'm keeping it. That's just who I am as a person. I keep the Terra bad hands. I should have dropped the Goblin first. Run it out there up the flagpole, see who salutes. And if they drop anything that has 1 toughness, it kills it. Bishop Soldier has definitely got a craving. A very big craving. Or maybe it's me who has the craving, I guess. Definitely gonna be saving this. If I'm playing against some kind of a common Orzhov vampire style deck, I'm gonna need those skewers. Rude. What would you do if I had vengeance creatures, huh? Huh? Is a sorcery, okay. Really, if you've got black in your pool, you should be running Moment of Craving or something like that for creature kill. And this is why we were saved to skewer the critics. Oof. And I didn't think about the fact that I had an afterlife, so that hurt. I had to use a 2-for-1, which is definitely way behind. Need more creatures. Come on, deck. Give me more creatures. Well, doesn't that just suck? Well, got 7 points of damage in my hand. That's half their life. My guess is they've got a crap load of creature kill or control type stuff in their hand. And here I am drawing pretty dead. Alright, at least this is going to get 2 damage in before they do something about it. Cure of Blood. That's gonna be bad. 4/4 I really can't deal with very effectively. Cure Blood does not fly. I foresee a great block opportunity here. A block party, if you will. That was really bad. Never mind. Viscopa Vampire. That is going to get shocked. I don't need you gaining life. Or if I could get this damage through, it puts him to 8. If. Okay. They'll gain 4 life. So that's gonna put me back a little bit. I could have double blasted the Epicure and killed it off to prevent them from gaining life. I did not think it would be that viable an option. Now if I could draw a Shiv and Fire, I've got enough to kick it. Kill the Epicure. Hurts their hand. Deal 2 damage. I'll take one of my cards and prevent them from gaining 3 life. I think that's a pretty good trade-off. We're going to go ahead and draw land. Alright. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can just basically dump my hand out and kill the Epicure. But I'm going to hold off doing that unless I have no other choice. Which is rapidly becoming no other choice when I only draw land. Of course, they've drawn 10 of their land. And they may have another one in hand. I'm at 9. And there's another Luminous Bonds. I got 2 damage in before we got killed. Oh, I'm really missing life on the stage right now. Alright. Left with no choice here. Did not want to have to do that. Oh, a 2/4. To get some life gain. Shiv and Fire. Yeah, screw it. Defeat. The agony of defeat. And my prize. Both uncommons. Arcane Encyclopedia, Ether Shield Artificer. Alright, so where's that one? Steel Core. There. Alright, let's filter this for common, see what new cards have come out that would come in handy for this deck. Did say Fairy Duelist is a viable answer. Persistent Petitioners, I see you, but you're not coming in. Really not sure Aviation Pioneer is good enough to be in here, but I'm not sure what else I'd put in here. Seeing anything that's just blowing my doors off here. I don't think Scuttlegator is good enough to make the cut. I mean, it's a funny card. Don't get me wrong, I love the card, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for what I'm doing. Demir Locket. Useful enough. Notion Rain is nice. I think I run into the same problem. I have Surveil. I have Opt. Alright. I'm gonna try one more thing. This my Demir Pauper deck, and then I'll probably call it a night. Notorious Milkman. I like that name. Oh, I don't have anything but control in this hand. Why did I keep it? Because I'm a dumbass, that's why. Yeah, here. What you want? Dead Weight or Moment of Craving? Oh, it's one of these rat colonies. Really? People still trying this crap? And you can go ahead and keep playing out the rat colonies, we'll just have to keep killing them. That was nice. Wish I could draw another land. That would be really nice. Oh, speak of the devil. Yeah, I guess keeping a hand of a lot of creature kill worked out. Despite the fact it wasn't honestly intentional. If I'd noticed it, I would have mulliganed that hand. Alright, booster pack gone. Or booster pack earned. That's all my weekly quests done. UG33, my next opponent. They're taking a mulligan to 6. Not a flash early on. Stack. Not a big fan of that one right now. Their creature. Although land would have been nice too. That's gonna make them really careful on blocking now. Or attacking rather. Turn opt, it reveals the swamp. Swamp is very duelist as well. Oh, that's nice. Watcher in the Mist can come down here shortly. Well, that works. They're drawing dead, I'm guessing. Oh. ACR. Gateway Sneak. A fit in it is. Alright. 150 gold and 2 cards. Need 3 more wins to... I don't think I've actually ever gotten a 5x on a pauper tournament before, even with Demir. Tommy Chung. Be sure it's not the Tommy Chung we're all thinking of. Chong, I guess, is what I'm thinking of. Fanatical Firebrand. Is it gonna swing? Don't mean a thing if they got that swing. No, it's a Fanatical Firebrand. Unless you're worried about me dropping a X1 creature on the field, you go ahead and swing. If you're worried about me doing that, then yeah, you can hold it back and kill it on entry. I'll do that a lot to kill off Jadelight Rangers and Merfolk Branchwalkers. Second Fanatical Firebrand. This means I don't have to worry about a shock coming down. I'll start getting some damage back. Yeah, I can tell I'm getting tired. My commentary is beginning to disappear. Whenever it dies, get a 1/1 green sapling token. Well, I assure you it will die. Dead Wade is going to say hi to it. You can have your 1/1 sapling token. I'm fine with that. I think in pauper format, afterlife creatures and creatures like that Death Bloom Salad are going to be good. Just Doom Dissenter, anything that really makes the creature kill, which is limited in the pauper format, just weaker. Guess I should have considered an afterlife type style deck. I'll have to look at that. Oh, another one. Am I gonna eat two? Nope. We'll go ahead and scry though. Yeah, put Guild Gate on the bottom and draw. Moment of Craving. Alright, I need some more aggro. Less control, more aggro here then. Watcher in the Mist. Cold Water Snapper. Alright, so reduce that to a 1/2 and then what? Double block? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Alright, well, I am not going to use the Moment of Craving then. They wanted to make sure I couldn't use a combat trick. Smart block on my opponent's part. Figuring I don't have the pump spell, I just got the kill spell. They were right. Alright, unless I start drawing some aggro here, I'm going to be in trouble. And that is not aggro, so I will not be attacking at all. My opponent has end of turn what? Oh, crap. There goes my blocker. With a burglar out of their own. Can't argue with that play. Cold Water Snapper is a great draw. Watcher in the Mist too would be a great draw. Burglar Rat down a notch. Virgil is killed. At least I saved 1 damage, right? I can concede immediately because I still got time to draw answers here. Or just land. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 land remaining. 19, 22, sounds about right. So 44 cards in the deck, 14 of them land. then likely with a handful of removal. Oh my god. Well, flood out. So really it had to be a cold water snapper or bust. And I only have 2 main deck. Well, only 2 in the deck, period. There's no Cypher. So 2 and 1 now. One's untangled. 1 hour, 51 minutes. Alright. I'm definitely going to have to call it a night after this tournament. I like my cold water snapper. The rate I've been flooding will come in handy. Irish Boneyard will be the okay. Comes in the battlefield tapped, and I have no one play. Drop play here. Say they have a counter spell for me. Kite sail. Corsair. I'll make sure they don't get to do damage with it, so no life link for them. Got a dive down. Alright, whatever, dude. Since you're going ahead and tapped out for me, I think we'll go ahead and just kill it off entirely. Then I can trade the duelist for the kite sail. This turn I can cast Artful Takedown. May as well go ahead and just block and get it over with. Another dive down. Yeah, you know what? I have this dive down crap. You just go ahead and eat your creature. You're not supposed to be drawing extra cards. Sure. Don't be looking at my Darkblade agent. It hasn't done you any harm. Really? Team there. Alright, you're on 20 turn timer, small Sarge. Opposed to large Marge, I guess. Can't be blocked, but I can at least take it out damage-wise, take it down a notch with my duelist. I was worried I might get CMs too. Bonk. Okay, that's just funny, drawing another duelist. If I can get the snapper in play, Artful Takedown can finish it off. That is all 4 fairy duelists in my deck. Right there. You got another Luminous Bonds? Dwindle, huh? Hexproof 4/5. Another one, lovely. Well, I gotta go for it. Take at least one of them out of the way. I don't have any hard kill in this deck, which is always a problem. But a dead weight would at least take the Azorius Night Arbiter out of contention. Go ahead and make them wonder if I got it again. Yeah, that's the right play to make. You don't know if I have it or not. You don't want to take the chance that I don't, and you're just letting the 4 damage through. Now, cut that out. I see you. What are you doing? Dwindle? Miss Bonds? Yeah. You suck. Down. It's not going to be able to attack. That's not true, actually. It could attack. Because it can only block 1 creature with it. So they want to block the Snapper or the Whisper Agent. The other one gets through to deal damage. And there's another Luminous Bonds. Well, I drew 4 Fairy Duelists. I guess I can't argue too loudly. There's dead weight. That solves a lot of problems right there, assuming we don't have an answer for it. Yep. Had to hope they didn't have it, and they did. I mean, what are you gonna do? Sit around waiting forever, hoping that they don't? Gotta go for it sooner or later. Dark Blade is just gonna go away, but we'll keep Dead Blade on top. The big question is, does he want to block there and go to 1 or what? Second question is, do they have another dead or another dive down? They've got 1 blocker, I've got 2 attackers. I'm gonna go for the dead weight. Hey Drew, another freaking dive down. Alright. You can only block 1 of them. Which one is it gonna be? Full water snapper is a beating in Dominaria draft for a reason. Alright, so 3 and 1. Guarantee at least one rare. I have to go with 5. Unfortunately, but this is a cheap pauper tournament. You're not going to be guaranteed rares for less. Dr. Distortion, my opponent. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Got some prizes. Got a Demir Informant with a big fat butt. 1-4. Those fat pants on. I say I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers cannot deny. That's an interesting movie. Mind you, it's going to get killed on the Whisper Agent, because I'll wait till after they've attacked. Hopefully they don't have anything that can stop the Whisper Agent. Worst comes to worst, Artful Takedown. Go ahead and say no to that one. Walk the Hammer Skull. Ah, the elves would have been nice to block as well, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Uncrested Pterodon. 2-5. That's a common? Jeez Louise. I hate putting that in the graveyard, but I need land. There it is. Block the Suncrested Pterodon all day now. Lands to the graveyard. And Artful Takedown with Suncrested Pterodon can let me... Or Takedown on the Suncrested Pterodon can help me with the Witch Watcher of the Mist. Really? Colossal Dreadmaw is going to hurt. I can take down some of the pain with the Fairy Duelist at least. And I might remind my opponent they are a dick. Okay, I mean, this is a decent little dinosaur pauper deck. Can't argue with it. Another Sun Test Pterodon. All the dinosaurs with the big fat butts. In my milkshake, brings all the dinosaurs to the yard. Let's get that Surveil 2 down. Dump 2 lands to the graveyard. This is why I love Surveil. Uh-oh. My baby crying. I may have to go ahead and see take care of that. It's a little bit more important. Oh, a 9/9 Ancient Rontodon. Go ahead and just take 2 off the trample. Let's see what I draw. I suspect it's not going to be anything useful. Yeah, they win. My baby is upset and crying. I'm not sure why, and I'm gonna go see what's going on, and that means I'm gonna be done with this tonight. My prizes are Murder and Rock Charger, which are like, eh. So, I appreciate you watching. I'll be putting this up on my YouTube channel, ExParrot42, here with the next day or two. And I'll see you next time.